What it do? It's your boy Drew Blue here, and we are doing an artist review for the main man known as NIKKO LAFRE, Minneapolis native rapper. How I got to find out about him was, honestly, man, it was just by chance. I was watching NFL highlights of marquee players playing for their respective teams. Calvin Johnson was playing for the Detroit Lions. I played Big Sean just to kind of like give it more of that hometown love. And when I was watching Adrian Peterson, I was like, oh, I don't know any artists from Minnesota, so let me look that up. Found out about NIKKO LAFRE that way. So, of course, I clicked the link that took me to Hot New Hip Hop back when it was only talking about hip hop music. Found out he just dropped MPLS West End Stories, which was back in 2015. It was fresh and hot. Clicked that download link and vibed out to it, man. Of course, by accident, I heard Smitty's Story Let Me Vibe first, but I definitely fucked with that song, and that vibe was, very similar throughout the whole project. Because, one thing that's important for an artist is that they have their own identity when it comes to their production and their sounds, and NIKKO had his. It was definitely this dark and grimy, laid back, chill, like driving through the night kind of vibe. Excuse me. And that was definitely that was it for me, man. Like, I really love that kind of music, man. And of course, what he brought to the table as an artist was, just a perfect match, man. The dude was smooth. He was a cold killer. Of course, he's a phenomenal storyteller. Of course, talking about his come up, having to sell drugs when he was a kid. He was influenced by the people that was around him. Of course, he explained that story through MPLS West End Stories as he talked about, each of his, whether it was his Uncle Geechee or, his friends like Black, Smitty, don't matter, man. Like, he was just putting it out there, and the dude had such a talent for just, word flow, and, his charisma was just smooth but powerful. Like, he would hit you like a smooth ass kick would through like a car steering, you know what I mean? The 808s that have me bumping through his sounds, shout out to KB's for that. And of course, Jabari too, with some fire tracks here and there. But the dude definitely delivered too with the production. So he wasn't just living off of the production hype, man. Like, the dude was a stone cold killer. Once again, I said it twice, but he really was that chill of a dude, man. Like, you can hear it for yourself right now as I'm playing Odd Dreams, man. Not to mention the brother could play guitar too. Phenomenal. But yeah, I definitely checked out his older projects like Survival Face the World, The Other Side, and I noticed the growth he made as an artist going up, man. And I've also noticed that he had a very similar path to Nipsey Hussle. He essentially was like two sides of a coin, man. Nipsey Hussle was representing the West Coast with his, similar sounds, and NIKKO had his, representing the Minnesota movement. And you know what? He was right around the corner. He wanted to sign on his own terms. Otherwise, he was fine with being independent, and he just kind of fell through, man, after being almost there, and he just slept on himself. Of course, after he dropped Troubled Soul, which was really the peak of his career, he then changed his name to Sean Harris, and that's when things started to go south. He started to do that trap star singing shit. He said fuck rap, even though that was what made him hot and made him who he was. That was his identity. He really started heavily singing, and the dude doesn't have a singing voice, man. When he was nonchalant, like he was on Intentions, Fifth of Henny, Dear Demisha, tracks like that, it was cool. But then, like, that track, Land of the Lost, which we covered on the last episode, that was a failure, man. I don't know what that dude was thinking. Like, it didn't work out, and because of that, he faded out. But of course, that was also a double whammy for his fans, because even though they wasn't getting the real NIKKO LAFRE, or like the same old content that they was used to, he also stopped giving out music, man. He just disappeared, bro. Like, that was back in 2017 when he last dropped something. And it's 2019. It's been 2 years. I've checked, social media, man. Faded out there too. Like he's not existing anyway. So this dude is really laying on the low, and he's kind of like just hiding. And honestly, I just hope everything's okay. You know, for me, I'm just hoping that he's just rich from selling all that drugs. He really don't need the music. Which honestly, if you a drug dealer and you make all that money that you be talking about, I know this kid don't lie. He's definitely chilling somewhere, maybe in a 305, with the Misha, just living life and doesn't need music to really be successful anymore. Which honestly is cool, man. I respect that. But it's just weird when you drop off like that without no message or nothing. So honestly, I'm just hoping everything's okay with him, man. But I'll say this though, if he ever decides to come back, man, go back to doing how you was, man. Go back to being NIKKO LAFRE. This dark and grimy stuff, at least you never changed your sounds, even though you did try a pop here and there. When you are at your best when you are spitting flow over a K-Beats beat, a Jabari beat, and you're letting guys like Drew Love and Johnny Rain handle on the hook when you collab with them. And speaking of Johnny Rain, that's definitely who I'm covering for the next series, so look forward to that, man. Mr. Rainman is going to be a delightful treat to check out for the next series. But yeah, that's it for NIKKO LAFRE, man. Like I said, this dude's my favorite rapper, and especially if he comes back to the game when unfortunately Nipsey Hussle passed away. He'll definitely be welcome in, because a street nigga is definitely what we all need, man. So hopefully we'll see you then. But until now, this is your boy Drew Blue signing out.